Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode. We are here on Monday Night Raw and we are kicking things off this time with Miss Money in the Bank Shayna Baszler going one-on-one with Alexa Bliss. But our main event of tonight will be the number one contender to the WWE Championship, Finn Balor, taking on the Celtic Warrior Sheamus in our main event tonight. And that is sure to be a brutal match. Finn Balor looking to prove himself with a big victory before facing off against the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre after returning last week to win the big number one contenders Battle Royale to become the number one contender. But before we get started with the action, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. On anything, just say hello. It's always nice to say hello to people. I will reply with a hello back. But appreciate if you do it, it really helps the channel grow. But let's get down to business in this one. Shayna Baszler versus Alexa Bliss. Of course, last week we did see six-man tag team action. We saw Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey and the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley taking on Becky Lynch and Bliss Cross. And of course this all came back to what happened at Clash of Champions. It was Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion at the time, taking on Rhea Ripley for that championship. And out came Shayna Baszler, teasing she was going to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase. And, well, it didn't go as planned. For Becky Lynch, that is. It went exactly as Shayna Baszler wanted. Shayna came in, teased it. She stood there teasing it. Becky Lynch got super distracted by what was going on, thinking she had to be ready for a third person to enter the match. But instead, Shayna Baszler left straight away, allowing Rhea Ripley to hit the Riptide to defeat Becky Lynch for that Raw Women's Championship, a title that Becky Lynch had held since the very beginning of Universe Mode. And last week, Becky Lynch wanted to have some action with Shayna Baszler, but Shayna, whenever Becky tagged into the match, Shayna would immediately tag herself out, not wanting to get any piece of Becky Lynch, wanting to stay as far away from her as possible. And of course it was Team Baszler that did pick up the victory last week, pinning Nikki Cross in that match, and Alexa Bliss, wanting a bit of revenge, issued the one-on-one challenge to Shayna Baszler for this week of Monday Night Raw. Shayna throwing Bliss to the outside. And now Shayna going off into the crowd to celebrate for a second. Getting away from Alexa Bliss. Just taking a second to get her composure back, it looks like. Alexa threatening her over that barricade. Oh, and joining her off in the crowd, chasing her down. But Rhea Ripley, I apologise, Shayna Baszler getting the advantage, punching Alexa Bliss with an uppercut, knocking her over the barricade. We will also tonight be seeing Andrade and Randy Orton in tag team action, taking on Mustache Mountain. After Batista's words to Aleister Black last week, Batista essentially telling Aleister Black that he doesn't belong here on Monday Night Raw. Since of course Aleister Black was originally a SmackDown superstar, moving over to Monday Night Raw, Batista, our general manager, decided he had enough of Aleister Black, had enough of him holding on to that United States Championship and being here on Raw. Aleister Black was coming in here, winning so many matches, and he didn't deserve that United States Championship, and promised that he would make sure that Black lost that title. And well, straight after that, oh wait a second, Twisted Bliss in the middle of the ring though. Is that enough? 1, 2. Only a 2 count there for Alexa Bliss with the Twisted Bliss on Shayna Baszler in the middle of the ring. But as I was saying, after Batista said that, out came Andrade and Randy Orton from behind. These two men have been very closely teaming up with Batista, our Raw general manager. They've been very closely knit. And they, after the match, assaulted the undefeated United States Champion Aleister Black, while sending the message for Batista. Things are not looking good for Aleister Black at the moment, you have to say. But tonight, the man who fought Aleister Black for that, well, he didn't fight for the championship, but fought for an opportunity at that championship against Black last week. Tyler Bate will be teaming up with Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain, taking on Andrade and Orton after they didn't appreciate what they did last week, not finding that to be the correct way to go and do. They shouldn't be attacking people from behind like that. Those guys believe in honest, good work. Wait a second, roll at 1. Only a 1 count there from Alexa Bliss. And Tyler Bate became so close to being able to beat Aleister Black. It was a very, very impressive match between the two of them. He managed to kick out of, I think it was 3 or 4 Black Masses it took to put Tyler Bate down. It was very impressive indeed. And that man has been desperately searching for a win. A big win, I should say. He has managed to pick up a win over the course of Universe Mode, but really he's put on great matches and come up short against a lot of our top talent here on Monday Night Raw. And he's looking to turn that around and get himself some big opportunities in the future. And I have to say, he does deserve them, but just needs to pick up that big victory in the DDT from Bliss. 1. Only a 1 count there for Bliss. Oh my goodness. A Twisted Bliss and the DDT. Shayna Baszler really hanging on this one, but Alexa Bliss getting a lot of offense in. More than you would expect in this match. You would have thought that perhaps Shayna would have been able to put her away a lot easier than this. Up to the top, a big elbow drop to Shayna Baszler. Another pinfall from Bliss. 1, 2. Only a 2 count this time for Bliss. Alexa Bliss would love to get this victory over Shayna Baszler here tonight. Oh, Shayna having to go to the outside, getting annoyed with the fact that it's taking her so long to put down Bliss. And wait a second, Bliss up to the top, big crossbody taking down Miss Money in the Bank on the outside. This would be a huge win for Alexa Bliss if she should get it. Being able to pin Shayna Baszler, and that woman has not lost many matches here in Universe Mode. I believe the only major singles match at least that she has lost was against Charlotte Flair. Wait a second though, those connecting suplexes on the outside to Bliss. And a 6 count, that could be enough to knock Bliss down to get the 10. Shayna could go for that count out victory. Up to a 7. Shayna getting herself back in the ring. Can Alexa get back in time? Up to an 8 count. Wait a second, Shayna deciding she wants to finish Alexa off herself. Going out, preying on the wounded Alexa now. Kicking her in the gut. And Shayna Baszler really getting herself back on top in this one. Really taking it to Alexa Bliss right now. Big kick to the side of the leg. And Shayna Baszler just showing off now. She's probably getting Alexa back in that ring and continuing on this assault. Thinking over the damage that's already been done might be too much already for Alexa Bliss. But Shayna finally got her back in the ring, and wait a second. Becky Lynch out here. The woman that Shayna cost the Raw Women's Champion. She cost her that Raw Women's Championship, and here she is coming out here to distract Shayna Baszler. This is real shades of what happened at Clash of Champions. And wait a second. The roll up from Bliss. 1, 2. Only a 2 count from Bliss. So close indeed. Shayna, big punch to the gut. Can Shayna get herself back into this? Maybe it hasn't worked out for Alexa the same way it worked out for Shayna. But Shayna showing off to the crowd, saying that Becky Lynch can't best her. Oh my goodness, pulling on the arm of Bliss. Almost yanking it off. Oh no, and that's got to be it for Bliss. That has got to be it for Bliss. The Kira through the clutch. Kira through the clutch. It's locked in. Alexa Bliss has got to be out. She has got to be tapping out very, very soon indeed. I can't believe she's holding on this long. Wait a second. Bliss elbowing to the side and having to roll out. Wait a second. Catching her. 1, 2. Oh, so close. Alexa Bliss rolling out of the submission and forcing Shayna to have to get unlock the submission per se because of the roll up, and DDT again. The second DDT from Bliss. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss has just pinned Miss Money in the Bank, and you got to give the assist to the former Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Coming out there, a bit of a role reversal from what happened at Clash of Champions. It looked like Shayna had that match won. Becky Lynch came out, caused a distraction, and gave Alexa Bliss enough time to get back to her senses in this, to not be completely destroyed when the Kira through the clutch was locked in. And Alexa Bliss, your big winner here tonight. Had to wonder if this means an opportunity for her in the future of the championship, but wait a second, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is running backstage. She has sprinted to the backstage area straight away after Becky Lynch, and look, these two running into each other backstage, having words over what just happened in that match against Alexa Bliss for Shayna Baszler. And Shayna straight away taking it to Becky Lynch, pulling her down onto the ground, onto that non-padded surface in the back. It's not like when you're by ringside, there is no padding out here. And Shayna throwing Becky Lynch through that door. Shayna not happy with what happened. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Becky Lynch cost her that match. Cost her the opportunity to beat Alexa Bliss. But it's just what Shayna Baszler did to Becky at Clash of Champions, costing her that Raw Women's Championship. Wait a second, Shayna Baszler. There's Shayna Baszler. Oh, super kick to the face, and another super kick into those lockers. And Becky Lynch down, and Shayna just laughing at her. Laughing at Becky Lynch. My goodness, brutal attack there from Shayna Baszler. And Becky Lynch just lying there. We need someone to get some assistance to Becky Lynch right now. Someone go and get some assistance. And Shayna picking up that briefcase. And, oh, slamming Becky Lynch over the back of the head. Oh my goodness, we need some assistance back here. Immediately need some assistance, but we've got to move on to our next match. We'll get an update on Becky Lynch later in the night. So Kevin Owens is here. And, well, Kevin Owens, of course, took out his former best friend, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, a few weeks ago, and he's still wearing that t-shirt. The No More Sami Zayn shirt after Kevin Owens and AOP broke the leg of Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens, well, he's looking to get back to that WWE Championship, I should say. Looking to get another opportunity against Drew McIntyre. And perhaps actually have the WWE Championship this time instead of it being stolen property. But Shelton Benjamin looking to get a big victory here tonight over Kevin Owens. But it sure is going to be difficult with AOP watching Kevin's back, Kevin's private security team. But Shelton did get off to a good start in this one. Managing to throw Kevin over and taken down with a neck breaker, but Kevin rolling out the way, trying to prevent Shelton from getting any more offense on him. He was trying to run away a bit at the beginning of this match. But Shelton took advantage with a big sunset flip powerbomb to the outside. And Kevin, though, managing to catch Shelton off for a rebound from the ropes. Going up to the top for that big frog splash to Shelton Benjamin. I take it back, it was not a frog splash. A moonsault instead from Kevin Owens. And then he went for it. It all seemed like it was going to be over for Shelton Benjamin right here. But Shelton managed to get out of that pop-up powerbomb. Getting the Rana, taking Kevin Owens down. And Shelton Benjamin takes it to Kevin Owens with pay dirt. And 1, 2. Oh, so close for Benjamin. Benjamin almost got the win of his life right there. Big super kick, but Kevin Owens catches it. And then that was it. The stunner. And 1, 2, 3. And your winner tonight, Kevin Owens, continuing to pick up the big victories. Wanting to get another shot at Drew McIntyre in that WWE Championship. But again, you got to give the assist to that security team on the outside. AOP. They really helped Kevin Owens. Having him in his corner is always a great help to Owens. And now we move on to the tag team contest that I spoke of earlier. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain, looking to get a big win tonight. Looking to pick up a victory over Randy Orton and Andrade after what happened last week with Aleister Black. Mustache Mountain, of course, need a big win there and won as a tag team just yet. Mainly with Tyler Bate being the person to get pinned in these matches, to be honest. Tyler Bate, like I said, he has had some excellent performances here in Universe Mode, but the wins just haven't been coming his way. He managed to get a quick win over Kalisto, but apart from that, in the other 7 matches I believe he's had, it has not worked out too well for him. But out now we have Andrade, accompanied by Zelina Vega, and you can see the Raw General Manager Batista is coming out to support this match. And probably also to make sure that Aleister Black doesn't get involved in this. Having some more outside assistance for these guys. In case Aleister Black comes out trying to interfere in this one, the three of them can team up on Aleister Black, taking him down again, just like they did last week after Batista's message to Aleister Black that he will make sure that he loses that United States Championship and gets off of Monday Night Raw. But let's get started with the action on this one. Andrade and Randy Orton not necessarily got any knowledge of what it's like to work together as a team, but you can't deny the singles accolades of these two men. Randy Orton, of course, had an opportunity at that WWE Championship against AJ Styles. He did come up short in that match, but it was a very close call for that. And oh, big powerbomb there from Randy Orton. Not necessarily what I was expecting straight away. Very quick tag and tag team offense. But Andrade, ever since he has been teaming up with Batista and getting on Batista's good side, he has been on a roll. I don't believe he has lost a match since. Of course, the very beginning of Universe Mode, he had quite a feud with Matt Hardy. Of course, the Fiend's friend now. The Fiend's disciple, I should say, I guess. And well, he went through fighting the broken Matt Hardy, being unable to win the United States Championship at the time. But ever since then, he's kind of been on the roll since he's gone with Batista. And Batista staring down at Tyler Bate. Can't forget, the only matches that Batista's had in Universe Mode, he's only had 2 of them so far. One of them, he took on Baron Corbin at SummerSlam in a big Hell in a Cell match, getting Baron Corbin fired from Raw and going far too far in that match. Absolutely destroying Corbin, throwing him off the top of the Hell in a Cell, powerbombing him through Hell in a Cell. You have to wonder what we're going to see when we get to Hell in a Cell later this month. It is going to be a dangerous experience for these guys. We've already had a taste of Hell in a Cell in Universe with that Batista match. And if it's anything like that, I do not envy these guys going into big Hell in a Cell matches. But the other match that Batista did have was against Tyler Bate in his warm-up match for that match. He decided to take on Bate as a warm-up and, well, quite easily defeated him, as you would have expected with Tyler Bate. Unfortunately for Bate, but perhaps that's another reason why Batista decided to get involved at this point with Aleister Black. He could have decided he had enough of him at any point, but instead he decided to take advantage when he was in the middle of a match with Tyler Bate. Perhaps thinking that Bate would have been an easy person to get rid of as well as Aleister Black. Because like, if he'd been in there with someone formidable, someone like, well, like of course he just went against Sheamus at Clash of Champions. If they got involved then, Sheamus could have been a big thorn in their side, but they probably believe they can deal with Tyler Bate and not having too much of an issue. And there's lots of distraction going on the outside right now, with Trent Seven being distracted by Zelina and Batista on the outside, and Andrade using this to advantage, try and get a lot of moves in. But Tyler Bate with a quick tag to Trent Seven, catching Andrade off guard and looking to use this as his advantage to get things going for Mustache Mountain in this one. Of course, I didn't mention Matt Hardy earlier. Matt Hardy, who of course is one half our Raw Tag Team Champions, and under the influence of the Fiend currently. Well, I have word that we will be hearing from the Fiend tonight. The Fiend, obviously, who kidnapped AJ Styles after SummerSlam. On that first night after SummerSlam, he took AJ Styles, he kidnapped him, took him away. And well, we'll be getting words from the Fiend here tonight about what is going on with the AJ Styles situation and the Fiend's situation. Perhaps AJ Styles has been taken under the Fiend's control now. But we do not know. Oh my goodness, the strength of Tyler Bate to be able to lift up Andrade all the way from the outside like that. Unbelievable strength from Tyler Bate and Andrade having to roll out of the ring to make sure that Tyler Bate can't get the pinfall on him. And Trent Seven now tagging himself in and now waiting for Andrade, just using this second to try and get himself back into this. But Randy Orton. Boo, Randy Orton. Oh, wait a second though, Trent Seven taking him out from the leg. Randy Orton trying to get the cheap shot on Trent Seven right there, but Trent managing to get advantage, saying no, no, no to Randy Orton, but Andrade managing to take advantage of the distraction. Trent Seven distracted by Randy Orton right there. Wait a second, Trent though. Got Andrade in the corner, but Andrade reversing. Big boot to the face of Trent Seven. And now throwing him into the corner with Randy Orton. Trying to go for that tag, but another big boot from Trent Seven into a big German suplex to Andrade. But yes, we will find out whether AJ Styles has been forced to be a part of this scary group that the Fiend has been building, with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, the Raw Tag Team Champions, now by his side. The other thing, that is why he wanted AJ Styles. He wanted to convert him, just like he has converted the Hardy Boys. We'll have to see. Maybe tonight we will see the debut of the Fiendish Styles. I don't know what it would be. We'll have to wait and see. But wait a second. Andrade, middle of the ring. Hammerlock DDT to Trent Seven, and that has got to be it. 1, 2. Ooh. Trent Seven somehow being able to kick out of that Hammerlock DDT from Andrade in the middle of the ring. Wait a second. Big tag there to Randy Orton. And Andrade throwing him in position for a huge powerbomb to Trent Seven, completely taking him out. But Trent wisely rolling out of the ring, preventing the pinfall from Randy Orton to happen straight away. And then now catching Orton, catching him off guard with a big suplex to Orton on the outside, onto that padding on the outside. Big chop. Oh, but Randy Orton catching the second one. He tried to go for it again, but this time Randy chopping him back and taking him straight down to the mat. Zelina Vega now picking up Trent Seven. Randy Orton getting rid of Tyler Bate on the other side. And Randy going to get Seven back in the ring, it looks like. Yes, he is trying to get him in position to get him back inside the ring. He's already taken a Hammerlock DDT. Randy Orton, they're trying to go old school, but Trent Seven getting the reversal, kicking the legs of Randy. Not giving up on this one, trying to fight his way back in. Getting the reversal, but Randy Orton not allowing him to get back into this for long. Trent Seven really trying to fight back in this one. Wait a second. Up Randy goes. Big powerbomb. Back to Randy Orton from Trent Seven. Can Seven pin Randy Orton? Can he do it? Throwing him into the corner for the big... Oh no, Randy Orton. Randy Orton reversing. But Tyler Bate getting the tag into Trent Seven. But Randy Orton straight away getting him over those ropes. Getting him for the vintage Orton. That draping DDT. Is that enough? Tyler Bate out, and Trent Seven still out in the corner, just managing to get back to his senses to get out of the ring. It took him such a long amount of time. And Randy Orton now tagging into Andrade. Gotta think these guys are looking for the end, and yes, Andrade is calling for it. Calling for that Hammerlock DDT. Is this going to be enough to put away Tyler Bate? And bang, straight on the head, dropping him straight down. Andrade going for that pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, but Tyler Bate kicking out. Tyler Bate kicking out. You can't be surprised. You saw how many black masses it took last week to get him out, but he has to get that hot tag into Seven. He had to do it. He had no other choice. But trying to go for the RKO. But Trent Seven managed to throw him over the top, getting the reversal. But you saw Orton going for it. Orton was looking for that end, that exclamation point, the RKO out of nowhere. And this time he hits it. And that has got to be a Bate getting back to his feet. Bate trying to get back in. 1, 2. Oh, just shy. Bate was so close to breaking it up. But Randy Orton and Andrade getting the big victory over Mustache Mountain here tonight, pinning Trent Seven. My goodness, this really shows the domination of these two men. Aleister Black sure does have some trouble coming his way. Who knows what Batista was going to put him through, what Batista will decide his matches are going to be. But I can tell you, Black is going to have a tough time against either of these men. Oh, wait a second. The Fiend, it's coming. You can hear it. My goodness. Well, that's a message indeed from the Fiend there. It certainly doesn't look like those guys are on the same page. The Fiend kidnaps Styles to try and get him to join with the Fiend, but AJ Styles fighting back. He will not do it. He is strong enough of mind. And in my opinion, those fires, perhaps a bit ominous, a bit of teasing there for a potential Hell in a Cell contest. We'll have to wait and see what is going to be decided there, what the Fiend is going to bring. We don't control the Fiend does whatever he wants, but it does seem like he is going to have to put AJ Styles down if he wants to be able to get him on side. But we did have this women's match here that we need to get to, Bianca Belair and Ember Moon. Of course, Ember made a big return last week, and both these women picked up wins recently. Both of them now trying to prove who is the stronger woman, who is going to be able to pick up the big victory. And Ember Moon really was getting taken to at the beginning of this match. Bianca Belair really taking it to Moon. Showing off the strength of the upper Moon, was able to just kip up like it was nothing. And straight away taking down Bianca. But it all did come down to this. It came down to the KOD. And that looked like it was going to be enough, but instead she picked her up, went for a big boot instead. I thought it would have been it there, to be honest. Ember Moon and Bianca kept going at it. They kept going at it, and Ember tried to get back into this match. Huge super kick there from Ember Moon. But then it came to a second KOD, and Bianca Belair this time going for the pinfall over Ember Moon and getting the 1, 2, 3. Huge win for Bianca Belair. Trying to prove herself here in Universe mode. And wait a second, Ember Moon and Bianca. Bianca putting out the hand for a handshake, and good showing from these two women. Respectful showing from these two women. They had a hard fought match, but Ember Moon standing by her side still. Now for our main event, Finn Balor, the #1 contender for the WWE Champion, will be taking on the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, in what is sure to be a physical match between these two. Finn Balor, of course, won the Battle Royal last week, last eliminating Dolph Ziggler. Okay, well, this isn't supposed to be happening. Dolph Ziggler, wait a second. Oh, attacking Finn Balor from behind, attacking the #1 contender from behind. Trying to get revenge for what happened last week when Finn Balor eliminated Dolph Ziggler from the Battle Royal last. It was Dolph Ziggler's debut here on Monday Night Raw, and he was eliminated by Finn Balor in that #1 contenders Battle Royal. But Finn's supposed to be taking on Sheamus here tonight, but instead Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler coming out and attacking Finn Balor before the match can even start. And these two now brawling on the top of the rampway. This is not the position you want to be going into. You have a match to go into, Finn. Come on. This is not okay in the slightest. Like, this is really going to wear him down for going to Sheamus. And sure, Finn looks like he's getting the better of Dolph Ziggler right now, but you have to wonder what is going to go. And Sheamus could run in any second, attack him from behind. I wouldn't be surprised. Dolph Ziggler and Finn going at it. Ziggler getting some good shots against Balor. And Balor, he's wasting so much energy right now, having to deal with Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph trying to go for that super kick. Reversal from Finn Balor. Taking Ziggler down right there. Wait a second, going for the arm of Ziggler. This isn't supposed to be happening. Ziggler wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. There is no reason for this. This is completely disgraceful for Dolph Ziggler to be coming in here and attacking Finn Balor like this. This is not... Oh, low blow from Ziggler. Low blow from Ziggler. Oh my goodness. What's going to happen to our main event? Finn Balor supposed... Oh. And here comes Sheamus. The Celtic Warrior, of course, is out here to pick up the scraps of what Dolph Ziggler has left. Having no issue taking advantage of what Dolph Ziggler has left here tonight. My goodness. Well, apparently this match is still happening. Finn Balor has agreed for this match still to happen. And Dolph Ziggler is still there. They've managed to get down to ringside, but Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor are still there. But Sheamus looking to pick up the scraps for Finn Balor right now, and this is going to be brutal for Finn. This is not looking good in the slightest for the #1 contender for that WWE Championship. He is in a bad place right now. Dolph Ziggler with a low blow. But wait a second. Our WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre. What's he doing here? Drew McIntyre is coming out to support Finn Balor, it looks like. He is coming out to make sure that Dolph Ziggler can't get involved in this. Having enough. Seeing enough of what Dolph Ziggler was doing. Not wanting Sheamus to just pick up the scraps. Wow, Drew McIntyre made his way down. Oh, wait a second. This is going to be a tag team contest now. Our WWE Champion and the #1 contender, Finn Balor, taking on Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler in a tag team match. Drew McIntyre really coming out for the save for Finn Balor right now. Finn Balor getting beaten down. He managed to do quite a lot of damage to Dolph Ziggler, but Dolph with that low blow to Finn Balor, and Sheamus thought he was coming out here to get the scraps of what was left of Balor, but Drew McIntyre coming out to even the odds and making this a big tag team contest for our main event. The WWE Champion and the #1 contender Finn Balor versus the brutal Celtic Warrior Sheamus, and clearly a very dastardly Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler really trying to take advantage of Finn Balor right there, trying to get some revenge, and maybe it was planned between these two. Maybe there's something more going on between Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised to see that. If Dolph Ziggler was helping Sheamus in some way to take out the #1 contender. Because realistically, if Dolph managed to completely take him out and then Sheamus came in for the match and just brutalised Finn Balor, I guess potentially Finn wouldn't have been able to compete for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. And maybe Sheamus or Dolph Ziggler, one of them could have ended up in that position instead, but Drew McIntyre coming out here to save Finn Balor from that beating instead. And making it a tag team contest, and this is not looking too great for these guys at the moment, being getting the tag into Finn Balor. Finn Balor looking to go up to the top right now, and a big dive onto Dolph Ziggler. Only a 1 count there from Finn Balor. Surely he's going to be moving slower than usual on this one. But Dolph Ziggler's going to be looking to get some big, take advantage of the work he's already done on Finn Balor, I should say. Sheamus and Dolph should really try to isolate Balor in this one. That is their best opportunity. Get away from the WWE Champion, just isolate Finn Balor. And that would be big for these guys. Obviously, a huge DDT to Balor there. And getting straight on and preventing him from getting that hot tag to the WWE Champion. And then over the top, taking out Balor again. Dolph Ziggler now shouting down at Balor. But probably shouldn't have taken that time. To show off. But that is what he does. He is the show-off Dolph Ziggler. The stealer of the show. Of course, you can't blame him for being upset. He did lose. It was his debut. It seemed like it was all meant to be for him. I assume that's what he thought. He's like, I'm going to come into this Battle Royal. I'm going to win this on my first night here on Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to go on, win the WWE Championship straight away without anything else happening, with Finn Balor managing to ruin that dream for Dolph Ziggler. And the big drop kick into the corner. So I don't think it wasn't well known backstage that Finn Balor was going to be in that Battle Royal. No one knew that he was going to be coming back. But Finn Balor did come back. He managed to make his way back to Monday Night Raw. After dealing with what he went through with the Fiend, he managed to make his way back and win the Battle Royal. Ruining Dolph Ziggler's chances and ruining Sheamus' chances as well. Of course, you can't look past the work that Pete Dunne did in that Battle Royal though. He managed to eliminate 3 men, including Sheamus. Unfortunately, he did come up short for him in that one. Finn Balor did manage to eliminate him. Finn Balor himself getting 3 eliminations. And now Dolph Ziggler trying to take it to the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Looking to get that tag into Sheamus, and yes, he does. Oh, the huge punch to the gut from Sheamus to Drew McIntyre. And now Drew over the top, slamming him down. These 2 big men in the match. Very different styles to what Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor bring in. These 2 brutes, they're brawlers, these guys. And I'm sure Sheamus isn't going to give up until he gets the opportunities that he wants. Of course, he did come up short against Aleister Black, but that was a very, very close contest between those 2. All it came down to was who hit their move first, who got the bro kick or the black mass first, and unfortunately for Sheamus, Black managed to get that black mass in first and knocked Sheamus out. But apart from that, Sheamus has been on a tear in Universe Mode. He is beating people left, right and centre. And he was looking to continue that to get to a WWE Championship match with Drew McIntyre, but of course Finn Balor getting that opportunity at Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre trying to fight his way back into this right now. Big chops to the chest of Sheamus, but Sheamus returning the chops, and then a running axe handle to Drew McIntyre to take him down to the mat. Trying to lift him up, but McIntyre punch to the goal together now, getting that tag into Finn Balor, knowing that it is the best thing for him to do right now. But perhaps not the best for Finn Balor, taken down by Sheamus. Finn still feeling the effects of the attack pre-match by Ziggler. And now, oh no, the Irish Curse backbreakers. The multiple backbreakers from Sheamus. Oh my goodness. Is that enough to put away the #1 contender? 1, 2. No. Finn Balor still in this match. Still holding on for dear life in this one. And Dolph Ziggler reaching out, wanting that tag from Sheamus, it looked like. But Sheamus perhaps not needing it. He is looking good in this one. Wrecking Finn Balor right now. Really doing a lot of damage. Taking him down. Not allowing Balor to get anything in. Oh my goodness. And Drew, desperate for the tag, shouting out at Balor to get over to the corner to tag him. But you have to wonder how Drew's feeling at the moment. He had to tag out to get away from Sheamus. And it hasn't been that long since he got out of this match. But Finn Balor is in a bad way right now. Sheamus really taking it to Finn, and Finn having to roll out of the ring to get away from Sheamus. Is he going to be able to get anything in? No, Sheamus still not letting up on Finn Balor right now. And Dolph Ziggler just looking down. You've got to think Dolph feels proud for what he did. Attacking Finn Balor, allowing for this to happen. I just can't imagine how things would have gone if this was just a one-on-one match between Dolph and Finn after the attack from Dolph Ziggler. I apologize, between Sheamus and Finn after the attack from Dolph Ziggler. Well, I did not know how this one would have gone. And Dolph, oh, bro kick to Finn. Is that enough? Is that enough to put him away? He's got to be out. 1, 2. You got to think if Drew McIntyre wasn't just there, that would have been it. That would have been it for Finn. With Dolph Ziggler running in, taking down McIntyre, but Finn Balor managed to get an elbow and going for a roll-up on Sheamus, but into the ropes. Can Finn get back into this after that bro kick to the face? Almost knocked him out in 1917. 1916, I should say, from Finn Balor. 1, 2. No, Sheamus. Oh, just kicking out on Finn. Finn's going straight up top. You know what he's looking for here? He's got to be looking for that coup de grace. Coup de grace to Sheamus. That's it. 1, 2. Oh, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler broke it up. I think he had the win. I think Sheamus was out. It really looked like Sheamus was out there, and Finn now tugging into Drew McIntyre. Drew's calling him up. He's calling him up for that future shock DDT, but Sheamus, no. Sheamus catching the leg, knocking the WWE Champion down, knocking Finn Balor off the edge, and wait a second. Where's Sheamus going? Sheamus going to the outside, going to attack Finn Balor again, but Sheamus is the legal man right now. Should be facing against Drew McIntyre. Sheamus knocking Finn out on the outside and now getting back in the ring. Oh, taking down Drew with a big clothesline there. Wait a second, Sheamus though, in the corner. Wait a second, he's calling Drew McIntyre to his feet, the WWE Champion. And broke it to the WWE Champion. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Sheamus has just pinned the WWE Champion. He has not been pinned since... Oh, I can't even think when he was last pinned. My goodness, I can't believe that Drew McIntyre, WWE Champion, got pinned by Sheamus. And Drew wasn't even supposed to be in this match. He only came out to support Finn Balor after what happened when Dolph Ziggler attacked him before the match. My goodness, and Sheamus picking up the huge victory here tonight, the biggest victory of his career. What does this mean for Hell in a Cell? It's supposed to be Finn versus Drew, but gotta say Sheamus might have earned himself something here tonight, but we're gonna have to wait and see next time on Universe Mode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.